Hello and welcome to Classic Flow Yoga. My name's Bridget from Lucky Elephant Yoga and Wellness, and I'm going to be guiding you through the class today. So this is an all levels class, which means that you get to take it at whatever pace you desire. So if you need to modify something, if something's a little bit too challenging for your body in this moment, then modify. If you're in a space and you feel really good and maybe you understand how to go a little deeper, then you have the freedom to do that as well. So, really, just being mindful about our practice is the lesson here. Okay, so listen to your body, listen to your breathing. Your breathing is very indicative of the stress factor, the difficulty, right? And when something's too much. All right, so for this class, you'll need a yoga mat. You can start sitting up on a blanket or a cushion, and then a couple of yoga blocks is nice. All right, and so today's class, we're going to have a theme around the Surya Namaskar sequences. Surya means sun, Namaskar is a greeting. If you go to India, that's the way you say hello to people, Namaskar, Namaskar, right? You can also say Namaste, which most of us know. But namaskar is actually your more casual greeting, if you will. So a Surya Namaskar is a sun salutation, a sun greeting, right? And it is designed to build heat in the physical body, but also for us to honor that light within each of us and to help bring that light forward. The Surya Namaskar sequences, there's several of them, are designed to awaken your practice, warm up the body, and prepare you for other poses. In certain traditions, that is literally how you warm up, is Surya Namaskar sequences. And so in our Vinyasa practice, our whole class is structured around these Surya Namaskar sequences and how we can weave creative ideas within them, add poses, add themes, and all of these things to help build our practice. But at the foundational core is the Surya Namaskar templates, or the phrasing that has been passed down generationally to us, right? So I'm going to bring those really basic templates to you. And so we start with an Ardha Surya Namaskar, which is your half sun salutation. We have a step back sequence, which builds from the Ardha Surya Namaskar. Then we have an A sequence and a B sequence, okay? And they each progress to a little bit more difficulty. I'll also give you a little hint, and if you're looking for a way to build a personal home practice, the Surya Namaskar sequence is a great way to do it. So let's get the body moving, breathing, and then we'll flow into our Surya Namaskar sequences and see how we feel doing those. Okay? So find a comfortable cross-legged seat, sitting up on whatever structure you need to allow the sits bones to ground a little bit more. Feel the crown of your head lifting up and let the palms of your hands simply rest on your thighs. Find your elbows beneath your shoulders, heavy and weighted, so that the shoulders are soft on the back. From here, I invite you to either close your eyes or find a soft downward gaze. And just notice where you are. It's easy to notice where we are physically. We might be in our living room, in our bedroom, somewhere practicing in our space. But the deeper question of where you are starts to talk about where are you within your mind? Where is your breath? And just starting to look at these parts of us so that we understand a little bit deeper where we are. So where's your mind? Are you able to find it in this space, centered and focused, present and ready? Or is it drifting? Is it somewhere else in a different experience or a different time? And it's okay, don't try to drag the mind here. Just simply notice and invite your mind to be here. And then where's your breath? Where in the physical body is the breath breathing? Are you a chest breather? Just breathing up and down? Are you breathing into your head? A head breather? Are you breathing into your belly? A belly breather? Maybe a ribs breather? See if we can put all of these places together so that the belly, the ribs, the chest, breathe, and you even feel it a little bit all the way up into the crown of your head. And then the exhale starts to move from the crown of the head down from the chest, the ribs, and the belly. So our breath is a full experience. And once you start to bring that experience into play, the mind will follow the invitation that you gave it. Take another just couple of breaths like this. And then you can allow your eyes to carefully open or lift your gaze. Good. Let's make our way onto hands and knees today. So you can slide whatever you're sitting on off to the side. And find the wrists right under the shoulders, the knees right under the hips. Good. Really take your time to adjust into this space. And then from here, begin to lift your chest, lift your tail, and find your cow back. Nice big inhale. And as you exhale, we'll round the back into your cat. And inhale, lift chest, lift tail, arching into cow. And exhale, rounding into cat. See if every movement can be that full expression of breath that we just found from the belly, the ribs, the chest, the head, and then out the head, out the chest, out the ribs, out the belly. Good. Take one more just like that. Good. And then find a nice long spine and walk your hands over to the right. And then walk the hands about a handprint ahead of you. And start to shift your hips to the left. And the hips are going to be in the air a little bit. We're not going to go all the way to the heels, but we start to feel a stretch through the whole left side of the body here. Deep breaths in and out everywhere you go. Good. And then come all the way back up. Walk it back to center. And then take it over to the left. So we walk the hands over, then we walk them a handprint forward. Then shift your hips to the right, keeping the hips in the air, breathing and stretching through the right side of the body. Good, and then come all the way back up. Walk your hands back to center, wrists right under shoulders, knees right under hips. Let's take another one of those cats and cows, inhaling to your cow back, exhaling to your cat. Good, and then find that long spine again. Extend your left arm directly out to the side. As you exhale, thread that left arm under and just hover the shoulder. Inhale the arm out. Exhale, thread and hover. Again, inhale out. Exhale, thread, and this time maybe the left shoulder lowers down. Good, so we're going to just keep the right hand down and start to roll the right shoulder back. Breathing into this twist, try to ground into that left upper arm. 2 more breaths here. Good, and then press into that right hand and bring the left hand back underneath the shoulder. Good. Now extend your right arm directly out to the side, and as you exhale, thread that right arm and hover the shoulder. Inhale the arm directly out to the side. Keep the chest pointing down. Exhale, thread and hover. Inhale the arm out. And one more time, thread the arm, and this time see if you can lower your right shoulder down. Again, just keeping the left hand down for support. Roll that left shoulder back, taking your twist and breathing deeply. Ground into your right upper arm. Two more breaths. Good, and then press into that left hand, unthread your right arm. Once more, finding hands and knees. Good, let's tuck the toes. Shift your weight into your hands, find the knuckles grounding, and then we're gonna lift the knees and start to lift the hips up and back into downward dog. As you're going back, see if you can start to feel the hands pressing forward, and see if you can feel the balls of your feet start to press back. So we start to activate into our down dog. Upper arms pressing towards each other. Let's start to pedal the feet. One knee bends at a time. Good, and then take that pedaling into walking, and just take a little stroll all the way to the top of your mat. When you get to the top of the mat, just release and fold over your legs. You can grab opposite elbows here, and we can take a little sway from side to side. And maybe you nod your head yes, shake your head no. Good, release those arms, coming to neutral, and just roll yourself up to stand. Press into your feet and feel the sits bones start to tuck down, and then the spine starts to stack one vertebrae at a time until you come all the way up with the crown of the head lifted and you find your Tadasana. So in our Tadasana, we want to feel the feet pressing apart so that we activate through the legs and feel the kneecaps start to lift. Good, the quadriceps start to engage, the fronts of the thighs start to lift, your shoulders are on your back and your hands are down, palms facing in. This is anatomical position with the palms facing forward. This is Tadasana with the palms facing in. And then from here, we want to externally rotate the shoulders and we want to lift the arms all the way up over the ears. This is your nice big inhale. And then exhale, open your arms, dive forward over your legs. From here, let's bring the hands to the thighs and lengthen, sits bones back, crown of the head forward. And then exhale, release and fold over those legs with maybe a small micro bend. Inhale, sweeping your arms out and up. And then exhale, release the arms down by your side. Good. Hold on, I'm just gonna fix the video. Sorry about that, everybody. Just realized that you can't see my arms. Okay, here we go. So that is our Surya Namaskar, our Ardha Surya Namaskar, which is half sun salutation. So let's talk about this and flow through it a couple of times. So from Tadasana, we externally rotate so the palms face out. Nothing moves but the arms overhead, so the chest doesn't lift, it's just the arms up. And you want to open the arms about shoulder width apart, and then fold halfway forward with a nice long spine. From here is when you start to release the spine over the legs, and you round through the upper back. Now then, and we want to bend the knees to protect the low back. So if you're tight in the hamstrings and you try to extend the legs, you're going to start to pull on your low back, and that's going to be no-no. Then from here, we take that long spine again, that like half lift. Crown of the head forward, sits bones back. And you can also do this with your hands down on the mat, but depends on how open you are. And then exhale, release, and fold. You can also have your hands on blocks for all of this. or the hands just down. Now from here, we want to reverse that swan dive up. So the arms go only as far out as the shoulders. We find that long back to come all the way up. Arms go up alongside the ears, and then arms down by your side. Okay, so we're not trying to do this big, crazy, weird arms back behind you thing. You can see that's really yucky for the shoulder blades. All right, so let's try that 2 more times. Ardha Surya Namaskar. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, open your arms, dive forward over your legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, arms by your side. One more time. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, dive over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, arms by your side. Good. Now you might notice that I'm breathing pretty slowly, right? So remember that breath, the belly, the ribs, the chest, all the way up to the crown of the head. It was slow. You can't do it fast or you'll get dizzy. You won't get the maximum oxygen into your body, right? The diaphragm won't be able to move fully and the lungs won't be able to fill fully. So we want to slow our breath down. We want to slow our movement down and really teach and develop our breathing along with our physical body. All right, so now we move on. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, dive forward over your legs. Inhale, step your right leg back to a lunge. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, your chest and your chin to the mat. Inhale into baby cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step your left foot forward and fold over your legs. Inhale your arms out and up. And exhale, Tadasana, arms down by your side. So that is your Surya Namaskar step backs because you step back into it, right? So from here, let's talk about some of these postures. So we have all of this, right? You've already done all of this, but this lunge has to be a big step. Essentially, this lunge is as wide as your downward dog and your plank. So all you should be able to do is place your hands down and step into downward dog. We want to bend the knee, but not past the ankle. Press your feet away from each other. Good, and lengthen the spine. Right, this is all in like one breath. Then we place the hands down and we step into downward facing dog. And the hands press forward, the feet press back, and we're super active. We come forward to plank pose, right? Wrists under shoulders. Good, and we're on, the heels are back behind the toes. Then you're gonna shift a little forward, place your knees down, hug your elbows in, and lower your chest and your chin to the mat. Good. Snake onto your belly. Let's hug the elbows in. Find baby cobra. Good. Neck is long. We're not trying to look forward. And now we're going to tuck the toes, and you can go through hands and knees or straight up and back, boom, to downward facing dog. Good. Now from here, we take a big full breath in. And then all we do is place our foot between our hands using the effort of the exhale. Nice. Then we press those feet apart, again lengthening the spine. And step forward and fold over the legs. And then again, you know all of this. Inhaling the arms up and exhaling the arms by your side. Yeah? So with Surya Namaskar step backs, we take the right foot back first, and then the right foot forward. Then we take the left foot back, and the left foot forward, and that's 1 round. So I typically recommend 3 rounds in your yoga practice. So, can we do it? So, let's take 2 more rounds, right and left. All right, stand tall. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, dive forward over your legs. Inhale, step your right leg back to a lunge. Good, feel those feet pressing apart. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step your left foot forward and fold over your legs. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, arms by your side. Now the left side. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, dive over your legs. Inhale, step your left leg back to a lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step your right foot forward and fold over your legs. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, arms down by your side. Good. So now our last round of step backs, I'm going to add 2 more poses into for you. So stand tall. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, dive over your legs. Inhale your right leg back to a lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now lift your right leg into the air, down dog split. Exhale, bring the knee forward, place your foot between your hands. Carefully lower your left knee down and shift your hips forward. Keep that right heel grounded and let's bring the hands up to the right thigh. Start to arch through the back, lifting the chest, and then the arms can float up, Anjaneyasana. Good, take a big full breath in here. Exhale, place your hands down, shift back, tuck your left toes, and step your left foot forward and fold over your legs. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, arms by your side. So now we're building on our step backs. Left side. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, dive over your legs. Inhale, step your left leg back to a lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg into the air, down dog split. Exhale, place that left foot between your hands. Lower your right knee carefully down and shift your hips forward. Keep your left heel grounded. Bring your hands up to your left thigh. Then feel the chest start to lifting up and over. Then the arms float up, Anjaneyasana. Good, take a big full breath in here. And then place your hands down, tuck your right toes as you shift the hips back a little bit. And then step your right foot to meet your left. Fold over your legs. Inhale your arms out and up. And exhale, arms by your side. Really nice, everybody. Okay, now we move on to Surya Namaskar A. All right, so let's stand tall. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, dive forward over your legs. And now inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step or hop, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, shift forward, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. And now come onto the balls of your feet, bend your knees. As you exhale, step or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, arms by your side. Good. So now we have this new scary transition of chaturanga into upward dog or cobra. So let's look at chaturanga a little bit. A pose that we talk about a lot in class, but we don't really talk about it, right? We say, oh yeah, chaturanga or to your belly. But actually, it's very important to learn your chaturanga properly because it develops the muscles in your shoulders and your chest that you need for most of your arm balances within the practice. So you'll find that your arm balances are much more challenging when your chaturanga is not on point or you skip over your chaturanga. And most people think, well, I can't do chaturanga, right? I can't get my nose right to the ground. That's not where it's supposed to be. So everybody go like this. Place your hands, extend your arms out. Good, your wrists are right in front of your shoulders, right? So here, you're in your plank arms. Chaturanga, if you move your arms down and bend the elbows only till they meet the ribs. Only till they meet the ribs, not back here, but only till they meet the ribs. So it's roughly a 90-degree angle, but not way back here, right? So you can kind of make a little shelf for your ribs with your arms. You're gonna hug the elbows in. From here, you're then just gonna press the chest through and come into your cobra, right? So we don't wanna go way down here because the rotator cuffs, I won't give you that whole speech, but the rotator cuffs essentially are not supposed to be that engaged, okay? And you can damage your rotator cuffs from going too far down in your chaturanga into your up dog or cobra. So if you're not working chaturanga, it is better to lower all the way to your belly. But if you want to develop the muscles to do crow, to do side plank, to do your inversions, handstand, all of those things, you need to start working on your chaturanga, even a little tiny bit at a time. So if you come down onto your hands and your knees with me, I'm going to show you baby chaturangas. So we're going to shift the chest forward. We're going to bend the elbows just till they touch the ribs, then press and shift back. All right? Shift, bend, press, back. Those are your baby chaturangas, a great way to start. Now, if you want to put this in your flow, you shift, bend. Oh, my hands need to be a little farther forward. Sorry. Shift, bend, sweep it through, and shift it back. All right. So when we're in downward dog, we come forward to plank. We shift into the toes, bend just a little bit, hug those elbows in, then sweep it through, then lift it up and back. You can do the same thing on hands and knees, or you can work on your chaturangas regularly, all right? And then we're just gonna step or hop forward, and we'll come all the way up, okay? So let's try 2 more A's. All right, we're gonna do 1 more regular, and then I'll add into the last one. Here we go. Standing tall in your Tadasana. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, dive forward over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step or hop, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, shift forward, bend those elbows just a little bit. Sweep the chest forward. Exhale, up and back, downward dog. Breathe. Good, and then come onto the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look at your hands, and step or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale your arms out and up. And exhale, arms down by your side. Good. One more A. We're going to add in this time. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, dive forward over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Now let's lift that right leg into down dog split again. And this time we're going to place the right foot between your hands, but we're going to keep that back knee lifted. Come up onto your fingertips and start to feel your right foot start to press forward, your left foot start to press back. From here, let's guide the hands up to the right thigh again, just like you did with the knee down before. And then we lift the arms into your high lunge. Good. From here, let's bring the palms together, turn to the right, and take a twist. Left elbow can come to the outside of the right thigh. Then we're going to press those palms together and twist a little deeper to the right. Nice. Good. Take another breath. And then release your hands and step back to downward facing dog. Good. Let's do the other side. Left leg lifts into the air. And then place your left foot between your hands. Good. Start to press left foot forward, right foot back. Walk the hands up to the left thigh. Start to lift the torso and then lift your arms. Good. Deep breath. Settle in here. And then bring your palms together. Big inhale. As you exhale, we turn to the left for the twist. Right elbow can find the outside of the left thigh. And you press your palms together, nice deep turn. Good, and then release those hands and step back to downward facing dog. Good. Take a breath. And then inhale onto the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look at your hands, and step or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale your arms out and up. And exhale, arms down by your side. Good. So now you've done Ardha Surya Namaskar, which is half sun salutation. Surya Namaskar step backs, which is your progression. A, now we have B to do. B gets a little bit harder. So remember that chaturanga that we did? We're going to have that. Then we're going to look at a pose called Warrior One. So let's stand at the top of the mat. Oh, and most everybody's favorite. Here we go. Inhale, Utkatasana. Good. Exhale, dive forward over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And now as we exhale, we step or hop straight into chaturanga, which means as the feet land in plank, we're already lowering. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now spin your left heel down on a diagonal. And as you exhale, place your right foot between your hands. Inhale the torso up, lifting the arms, Warrior One. Here we go. Exhale, chaturanga. Ooh. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Spin the right heel down, and then exhale the left foot between the hands. Lift your torso, lift your arms, Warrior One. Back to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths here. And then come onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees. Look at your hands, step or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Tadasana. So wow, B is pretty intense, right? It's the development after A, after step backs, after Ardha Surya. So let's look at a couple of poses here. First, Utkatasana. Typically called chair pose, but Utka means fierce pose. Utka, fierce, asana, pose. So it's more like a fierce, right? So the feet are Tadasana feet, so sits bones distance apart. Some people like to do this with the big toes together so that the inner thighs can rest towards each other. That's fine too. From here, we bend our knees, we keep grounding into the feet, and instead of sticking your butt back, or tucking it under, we want the sits bones on a diagonal, reaching out of the crown of the head. So crown of the head to the sits bones is one line. The arms lift. If your shoulders are tight, you can also take the arms here, right? And you're breathing into the belly. Some people sit a little lower, but remember that crown of the head to the sits bones connection. Good, then we come all the way back up, yeah? Let's look at the transition to Warrior One. So first of all, Warrior One, the back foot is on a diagonal. So if you place your left foot on a diagonal, the front foot is a little wide, like outer hips distance apart, or outer hips distance wide, and the knee is bent. So you're wider in your stance. Not quite as wide as your mat, but almost, right? So we create some space for the hips. Now, contrary to popular belief, your left hip is not and does not want to be parallel to your right hip. Please do not try to do that because then you will twerk into your knee and twerk into your ankle. I know you've all heard it from yoga teachers before, but I am here telling you, don't do it. You want the left hip back a little bit. Here, I'll show you here. You want the left hip back. It's not as open as Warrior Two, but it's back on a diagonal. And then the torso turns so that the belly and the chest face more forward. But what we're not trying to do, oh, my foot's not really diagonal, there we go. What we're not trying to do is try to move this left hip forward because then you're going to twerk into your knee and into your ankle, and that's not what we want. We want toes, knee, hip all in one line, right? And so then it's a twist and a back bend. Boom. That's your Warrior One, okay? So let's look at the transition. So come into your downward facing dog. Good. And now look at your left foot. Now the space where those toes are, I want you to place your left heel there. So you're replacing the toes with the heel. And the left foot goes on its diagonal. So it's a little bit shallower of a stance and a little bit out, see? Then your right foot steps forward. We're trying to ground into that left foot. The right foot steps forward and a little bit wide. Good, and then you start to power up those feet. Right foot pressing forward, left foot pressing back. You lift up through the torso, lift, 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 lift. Keep the right knee tracking between the second and third toe. Then lift the arms. The arms are like your last little piece of the puzzle. Good, see that? Let's take it back, and then, from here you go straight back into chaturanga, right? It's really intense. So, but for now, we're just gonna go straight back into downward dog and look at the transition on the left side. So wherever your right toes are, place your right heel there. Good, and then step your left foot forward, trying to ground into that right foot. Step the left foot forward and a little wide. Good, and then lift the torso. Press the feet apart. Lift the chest, lift the arms. Good, Warrior One. Awesome, yeah? So those are your new components for Surya Namaskar B, all right? So let's try a B together again. All right, here we go. It's a little quick, but we still want to breathe deep. Stand in Tadasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, dive over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Spin your left heel down. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands and a little far out. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, spin your right heel down. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really nice, everybody. Deep, full breaths. Now come onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees. Look at your hands. Step or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Good job. Make sure you get some water if you need it. Pause the video as much as you need to. Right? These flows are pretty intense, right? So you could build a whole practice just working on these flows and then adding in poses from there. All right? So let's do a little B plus. So a little B variation. All right? So stand tall at the top of your mat. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, dive forward over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now let's lift the right leg into the air, down dog split. Place your right foot between your hands. Now spin your left heel down, but so that the toes face the side of the mat. Reach your left arm forward, press the feet apart, and start to come all the way up into warrior two. Good, and now the hips are trying to face the side, the belly, the chest, all facing the side of the mat, but that right knee is in between second and third toe. Your arms are strong. Your gaze is over the right fingers. Good. Breathe. Turn your right palm up. Tip up and over into peaceful warrior. Left hand down the back of that left thigh. Try not to let the right knee come in, but keep it opening out. Good, then come back to warrior two. Lengthen your right leg. Keep the feet pressing away from each other. Tip your torso to the right, hips to the left. Take that right arm down the right thigh. Left arm to the sky. Turn and open in to triangle. Good, deep breaths. And then bend your right knee. Come back up to warrior two. Let's cartwheel the hands down. Spin onto the ball of the left foot. Step it into Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now from here, lift the left leg into the air. Exhale, left foot between your hands. Spin your right heel down so the toes face the side of the mat. Start to press the feet away from each other. Right arm reaches forward. And then come all the way up. Use the power of those legs to come all the way up into warrior two. Good, set yourself up. Left toes facing the side of the mat. Left knee tracking over the space between the second and third toe. Strong gaze over your left fingers. Good, turn your left palm up. Tip up and over to the right, peaceful warrior. Nice. Come back to warrior two. Lengthen your left leg. Good, feet pressing apart and an activation down through that left big toe. Tip your torso to the right, hips to the left. Take the left arm down, the right arm up, and start to turn the chest up toward that right hand. Deep breaths. Good, bend your left knee, come back up to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands to either side of your left foot, spin onto the ball of your right foot. Here, we're just going to step it straight back into downward facing dog and breathe. And then come onto the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look at your hands, step or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale your arms out and up. And exhale, arms by your side. Good. So you've done the entire Surya Namaskar templates with some modified templates in there as well. Awesome job. So now let's do a little standing balance. Let's try some tree pose today. So stand into your left foot and let's lift all the way up through the torso as you bring the right knee up. Open that right knee out only the amount that the hips stay facing forward, and your right foot can find your ankle, your calf, or you can lift it all the way up into the inner thigh, as long as that right hip doesn't hike up as well. We want both hips facing forward, both hips neutral, and don't ever place any pressure in your knee joint. Bring your palms together in front of your heart, and just start to lengthen up through the crown of your head. Breathe. And then from here, let's start to grow our tree limbs, keeping the shoulders on the back, extending the arms up. Don't become lazy or collapse through the torso, but keep lifting as if you could lift your torso up off of your legs. Good, and then bring your palms back together in front of your heart. Right knee to the chest. Place your right foot down and then just shake out that left leg. Nice. Let's stand into the right foot. Same concept of lifting the torso. Good, begin to lift that left knee. Open the left knee only the amount that the hips stay facing forward, and once more you either find ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Whoop. Good. Try not to hike that left hip up, and again, no pressure into the right knee. Palms together in front of your heart. Grow taller through the crown of your head before you even take your arms up. Good, and then palms back together in front of your heart. Bring the left knee forward. Place that left foot down and then just shake it out. Good job. All right, let's have a seat. Come all the way down. Let's find our blanket and just sit up on the edge of the blanket. And bring the bottoms of your feet together and knees apart into your Baddha Konasana. Good. We don't want the knees above the hips. So if your knees are way up here, then your feet just need to go farther forward, or you need to raise your seat a little higher. So let's open up the knees. Hold on to those knees and just start some circles around. Good. Your legs have done a lot of work for you today. Your shoulders. And then circle the opposite direction. Good. Sit nice and tall. Big full breath in. And as you exhale, let's fold forward, chest reaching past the toes. And then release your head, your shoulders, your elbows. Just fold into the breath. Okay, let's walk the upper body over to the right. Keeping the left hip grounded, soften the left shoulder. Just isolating into the hips a little bit. And then let's come back to center. Walk it over to the left, keeping the right hip grounded, the right shoulder released. And then again, back to center for a couple more deep breaths. Good. Now press into your hands. Roll slowly up through the spine. Sit tall for a breath. And then bring your knees together. Let's make your way onto your back. Good. And while you're on your way down there, let's go ahead and grab a block today. Just have it within reaching distance, okay? So we're going to bend the knees, feet on the mat. Good. Head looking straight up towards the sky. Let's place the hands down beside you. Lift your hips up. And then exhale, release the hips down. Good. Again, inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower down. Good. One more time. Let's lift the hips up, and this time you can snuggle your shoulders underneath you. See if you can clasp your hands and reach your knuckles towards your heels, but keep looking straight up at the sky. Good. So we protect the cervical spine in our bridge pose, but you're pressing deeply into those feet. Good. 2 more breaths. And then release your hands and slowly lower the hips down. Good. Take 1 breath here. Good. So for our next back bend, let's take our block. We're going to lift the hips, place the block underneath the sacrum. It can be lowest or middle height, your choice. Your knees can stay bent or your legs can extend forward. Your arms can remain down or extend overhead. And your eyes can stay opened or begin to close for just a few breaths here. Good. Now just start to bring your arms down by your sides if they're overhead. Bend the knees very carefully if the legs have extended. Take a breath here before you try lifting the hips so that you can let the low back settle for a moment. And then press into your feet to get those hips up so you're not utilizing the low back to lift them. Slide your block out from underneath you and then carefully place the hips back down. Good. Nice big breath here. And an exhale out the mouth. Good. Let's open the arms out to the sides. And then just tip both knees over to the left. Keep both shoulders grounding, right shoulder especially. And you can turn your head to the right. Nice easy supine twist here. Deep full breaths in and out. Good, and then bring the knees back to center. Take your knees over to the right. Both shoulders down. You can turn your head to the left. And then again, just bringing the knees back to center. Extend your legs forward. Lower your arms down by your side with the palms facing up. Finding your Shavasana today as you just start to release the physical body down. You allow the breath to deepen, the mind invited to focus on the breath. Staying present within each breath, within each moment. But if you do drift or wander during this time, it's okay. Just with a kindness to yourself, come back to your breathing each time you notice that drifting has happened. And begin to take in a deeper breath. You can start to move your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. Good. And then just extend your right arm only over your head. Bend your knees carefully one by one. Place your feet on the mat. And then take a full breath in. Let your exhale roll you over to your right side. And take a full breath here. Use your left hand to press yourself slowly up to sit with the head just dangling until the last moment. And find yourself again at a tall, lengthened spine. The eyes once more closed or in a soft downward gaze. And now we can ask ourselves again, where are you? Where's your mind? Where's your breath? And so even as your physical body travels through this life, Your mind and your breath have this place to come back to, centered, connected. It's always there within you, and you just take it with you as you travel through life. Let's bring our palms together in front of our palms together in front of our hearts. Bow your head and give gratitude for this practice and everything that it presents us, every lesson, every joy, opening deeper into the peace within us, the peace that is us. Namaste.